Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recap is Friday, May 15th, and wow, the end of this week is giving us a lot to talk about in LA. Let's just dive right into the mess because there is so much to cover and my brain is barely keeping up. So let's start with Brooke and Ridge, because honestly, when are we not starting with Brooke and Ridge? You guys remember a few episodes ago, back on Monday, Brooke made that super seductive offer to Ridge. She wanted to replace Steffi as co-CEO. She literally used romance and seduction to try and orchestrate a massive corporate coup against her own stepdaughter. And Brooke was really banking on this. She was sitting there today in the house, probably pacing around the living room, just waiting for Ridge to walk in and hand her the keys to the kingdom. I mean, she really thought she had this in the bag. She thought her influence over Ridge was absolute. But Ridge, oh Ridge, he is about to let her down so hard. Ridge clearly did not convince Steffi to step down. In fact, Steffi actually got through to him. Steffi played on his logic and told him to be smart about this. And for once, Ridge actually listened to his daughter instead of just melting when Brooke bats her eyelashes. Steffi probably looked him dead in the eye and reminded him of the absolute chaos it would cause if she was pushed out. Steffi is not someone who backs down. We all know her history. She has fought off Ivy. She has fought off Sheila. She is not going to let Brooke Logan steal her desk. So Ridge had to face the music. He had to realize that making Brooke co-CEO was a terrible, terrible idea. But here's the thing that really gets me. Ridge knows Brooke is going to absolutely lose her mind. He knows she is going to scream and cry and accuse him of not supporting Hope. So what does he do? He brings home a brand new Forrester original gown for her. A dress. He brought her a dress as a peace offering. What were they thinking with this? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Hey honey, I know I promised to consider making you the most powerful woman in the company and ousting my own daughter, but I changed my mind. So here is a pretty piece of fabric. It is just so insulting when you really think about it. And Brooke is not going to just smile and put the dress on. She is going to completely flip out. Brooke might just go totally crazy when she realizes she isn't getting what she wants. She doesn't want clothes, she wants power. She wants to protect Hope for the future from Steffi's budget cuts. A dress does not fix that. And honestly, maybe I'm being too harsh on Ridge. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. He is stuck in the middle. He's always stuck in the middle. But he put himself there. He could have just said no to Brooke on Monday. He could have been a strong leader and said, "No, Brooke, my daughter is doing a fine job." But no, he had to say he would consider it. He always leaves the door open just a crack, and that is why these women constantly fight over him and his company. The fans on social media are already screaming about this. We all knew Steffi wasn't going to just roll over. And now the war between Brooke and Steffi is going to be worse than ever. I just don't see how Brooke stays quiet after this. She's going to take this as a massive betrayal and she will probably retaliate. And while all this CEO drama is happening, we have to talk about the actual work at Forrester Creations. Or the lack of work, really. Because over in the CEO office, Zende is just having a total meltdown. And I don't blame him. I really don't. Zende is venting to Carter about Hope for the future being totally stalled. Think about all the work they put in. Zende has invested so much time, so much energy. He worked on designing a whole collection. He poured his soul into those sketches. And now, it might never even be released. The line is just sitting there gathering dust while Brooke and Steffi fight over a chair. So Carter is standing there trying to calm Zende down. Because Carter is always the peacemaker, right? Carter is the COO. He has to manage the talent. But Carter also has his own massive problems right now. We know Carter and Daphne are dealing with some really heartbreaking infertility fears. They are stressed about doctor appointments and surrogacy. So Carter really does not have the emotional bandwidth to deal with Zende throwing a tantrum right now. But Carter tries. He tries to reassure Zende. But Zende is not having it. He is becoming so unhappy with how he is being treated at Forrester. And you have to zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here. Forrester Creations always does this to their secondary designers. They push them to the side the second there is family drama. Zende is a Forrester. He has the legacy in his blood, but he always feels like a second-class citizen compared to Ridge or Thomas or whoever is the golden boy of the month. It is incredibly frustrating to watch him get sidelined over and over again. It makes you wonder, is Zende going to quit? Could he actually pack up his sketches and leave? Because Katie is starting up that new Logan fashion house. We talked about that last week. Liam is trying to get Hope to go to Logan. Donna is warning Katie about starting a family feud. What if Zende goes to Logan? That would be a massive shock. I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but Zende is mad enough to do something drastic. He's just so tired of being ignored. And Carter can only say be patient so many times before Zende just snaps and walks out the door. If Forrester doesn't appreciate him, someone else will. But wait, it gets messier. Let's shift gears and talk about the younger crowd because things are getting really creepy. Back at the Forrester offices, we see Melissa, Dylan, and Electra, and they are having a moment, a good moment. Dylan is getting another chance to be friends with Electra. Remember, a month ago, mid-April, Dylan literally moved out of Will's beach house just to save her friendship with Electra. She gave up a lot. She sacrificed her own living situation and her feelings for Will just so Electra wouldn't hate her. And today, they are hugging, a warm, nice hug. It looks like they are finally fixing things. The toxic Ivy drama is fading, and these two girls are finding common ground. But of course, someone is watching. Remy. Remy is literally sneaking around and peeping on them. Why is Remy even at Forrester? He doesn't work there. He has absolutely no business being in that building. But he's creeping around and he sees this hug, and Remy's brain just starts spinning. So Remy corners Dylan. He literally waits until she is alone and backs her into a corner. And he starts pressuring her. Remy wants Deke back. We know this. He went to Il Giardino weeks ago to whine to Deke, and Deke said no. Deke told him he wasn't ready to be around him. Deke is guarding his heart. So what is Remy's big plan now? He is blackmailing Dylan. He tells Dylan that she has to help him reunite with Deke, or else he is going to ruin her friendship with Electra. I mean, what? How does that even make sense? How is Remy going to ruin the friendship? Is he going to lie to Electra? Is he going to make up some story about Dylan and Will hooking up behind her back? Honestly, I changed my mind about Remy. I used to feel a little bad for him when Deke rejected him, but now I think he's just toxic. He is acting like a total villain. He is using Dylan's vulnerability against her. Dylan worked so hard to get Electra to trust her again. She just got her own place. She is working as a receptionist at Il Giardino. She is trying to build a peaceful life. And now Remy is holding her friendship over her head like a weapon. It's just gross. And why does he think Dylan can magically make Deke take him back anyway? Yes, Dylan works at the restaurant with Deke. Yes, Deke gave her some nice advice about love a few weeks ago. But Deke is a grown man. Deke makes his own choices. Does Remy really think Dylan can just mind control Deke into falling back in love with him? It is so delusional. But Remy is just desperate. He is desperate and he is dangerous. And Dylan is now caught in the crossfire of a relationship she has nothing to do with. So yeah, that is where we are at today. Brooke is about to explode over a dress because she didn't get the CEO chair. Zende is ready to quit because his designs are locked in a closet and nobody cares about his hard work. And Remy is turning into a stalker blackmailer because he can't handle a breakup. It is just a lot. It's a lot to process. The writers are really throwing everything at the wall right now. Sometimes I feel like they just spin a wheel to decide who is going to blackmail who next. But I can't look away. You guys know how it is. We complain, but we keep watching every single day. I really want to know what you guys think about Ridge's peace offering. Do you think Brooke is going to throw the dress at his head? Because I do. I really do. I think she is going to rip it to shreds. And what about Zende? Should he jump ship and go to Katie's new company? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I am exhausted. This show is exhausting. But I'll be back here to break down whatever crazy thing happens next. Stay tuned, because next week is going to be a disaster in the best way possible.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.